Hey, hashtag health, wealth, life, day 99. How are you? What an amazing day again. I'm a little bit earlier today because I'm just about to drive for about an hour, but it's gorgeous. So I might be able to get down by the water here, I'm not sure, but either way, let's crack this through because I want to give you a nice little insight today. Did you know that the human being, I think I'm talking to all humans, shed 600,000 skin particles every hour. Woo! Shed 600,000 skin particles every hour. Think about that. 600,000 an hour. How many hours in a day? 24. So times that by 24. Jeez, that's ridiculous. What else goes on without us knowing? Because you don't know that. That's what most dust is made of, though, right? If you think about it, skin particles. Not so nice. Val, how are you? Emma? Got a family on the line. It's windy here, down by the water. A bit of Blackfriars today at an event, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It's straight in the London Eye, actually. Have a look at this. That's the Shard. Anyway, right, so getting to the point. So it's got me thinking, what else goes on behind the scenes? I don't know if you saw the video yesterday that was about the gut and all the things that go on behind the scenes without us knowing that it goes on, and all these things happen automatically. It's absolutely fascinating. So yesterday was about there are mites that actually live in your eyelashes, that you can't see them obviously, but they do live there. And someone I'm working closely with at the moment is actually working with some doctors for eyes, so that's really interesting that they were talking about it also. They're called demodex, I believe that's correct, and they're called little mites that live in your eyelashes. Unreal, right? We don't know this, and they actually are beneficial. They do some good things for us, and they live in our eyes, and we can share them with each other when we get close to someone else. So you give them a kiss on the cheek or on the lips or whatever. So from 600,000 skin particles leaving our bodies every hour, I got to thinking, if we move more, would we increase that rate of shedding skin? I believe so. And that also got me thinking then, how quickly can we transform? So if we're losing those particles, our body's reproducing those particles. And it's said now in literature that in the studies that we have all new bodies, completely new body in about every 11 months, I believe that is. We used to think it was in the years, but now it's actually in the months, because our cells are replenishing and reproducing so quickly. So if you keep suffering from the same injury, if you keep suffering from the same ailment, it's something that we're doing, we're adding into ourselves, because we're actually creating ourselves anew every 11 months. And we have an opportunity there. There's an opportunity to do something about that. So we can take steps every day, stack some solutions, which I talk about, and have a different ailment or get rid of all the ailments over time. I believe we can do this. So we know that body language, let's continue with this chain of thought. Body language is more powerful than the words we use or the tone of voice. So body language actually attributes to 55% of your communication. The words you use, the language you use, is only about 7%, and the tone of voice is about 38%. So with that in mind, the body drives the brain faster than anything else. So you can't, if you're in your head, you're dead, is what Tony Robbins says, and you can't stay there. You can process things too long in your mind. I think it's important, really important, but your body drives your mind. Rose, how are you? Good to see you. Nola, and if I say anything that resonates or you think could help you or one of your family, please give me a thumbs up and a share. I appreciate that. Lets me know I'm on the right track as well. So we know that body language is more powerful than the words we use, and even our tone of voice. So that's powerful to other people, how you're holding your body, posture, because that communicates far quicker than language. You think about babies, they don't know language yet. Or if you don't know someone from another country, you can't speak their language, they move their body in a certain way. You can tell what they're thinking, maybe. You can tell what they want, particularly as they're trying to get past you or whatever. So it's obvious, right? So with that, the body drives the mind. It drives the mind of other people's, because body language is much more powerful than tone of voice or what we're thinking. So for instance, the language and the tone of voice that we use, because if you use your body in a certain way, other people's minds can be influenced more powerfully that way. So let's think about that for a minute. So have you ever woke up in a bad mood? That's where I'm going with a bad mood, you can't shake it off. We all have, right? Everyone has those days. So that's a perfect example of needing our bodies, having our bodies lead our brains out of a stuck position, because that can happen, right? So what do? We can, a good thing to do is exercise. We need an extreme radical physical movement. So you need to exercise intensely. Maybe you need a hot or cold example, so like a cold plunge, or to get really hot, or to get yourself into a sauna or a steam. Really heat yourself up, change your body chemistry in the moment. And the quicker you can do that, the better. So an example is you could do a quick workout. You got what you have. You work with what you have. So push-ups, get down, do as many as you can. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 1,000. Don't care. It's up to you. It's down to you and what you can do. Do 1. If that's your max, get onto the knees, do a few more. You know, do some funny looking push-ups. It doesn't matter. Do some squats, do some crunches. Then go for a run. Go for a fast walk up and down the stairs. Get your body moving to shift yourself, and that will transform your body and your mind. Osho talked about this, so he's written some fantastic books. He's like a bit of a mystic, a guru. He was deep into meditation, which I like to call brain training. And he said that the mind can be like a child. You need to actually tire it out before you can guide it. So if you say to a child, sit here and we're going to go through some work and we're going to read something, child's like, nah. If you say, right, I want you to run around the house as fast as you can, get outside, sprint around the outside of the house 50 times, quick. All right, the child goes and does that, comes back like, oh, I'm a bit tired. You say, okay, sit down here and play with your toys. Boom, they're off. And that's what we need to do with our minds. We need to exercise, we need to tire our bodies out a little bit and shift our minds out of that stuck track. And then we can direct it to where we want to go. I've got some hay fever today, can you hear it? So then we can direct it to where we want to go. So the body drives the mind faster than the mind can drive itself sometimes. So if we get stuck, what do? Physical exercise, or freezing cold or hot, whatever it is, that will shift you and break that pattern that's happening and get us in control. And when you do that, replace it with what you want. So mind focus. Kelly, how are you? Good to see you. So Osho's a good one for that. Have a look at his stuff. He was a bit of a cool guy and a mystic as well. So he was one of those guys who was deep into meditation, but you know, he'd wear sunglasses, drive cool cars. he was a very insightful person. Check his stuff out. It's really worth reading his stuff. So drop down, work with what you got. The body drives the mind faster than anything else. And if you're stuck, if you're feeling stuck in your mood, you got to shift it with your body. You're sitting there, you could spend hours trying to sit there and shift it with your mind. You might get stuck. Shift it with your body. Exercise. Do 20 squats, quick, bang, 20. Get yourself out of breath, push-ups, go for a quick sprint, and then sit down and then try and shift the mind. Work through the problem and replace it with what you want. You've got to replace the dark with the light, right? When you turn the light on, the dark disappears. That's what we want to do. And we can't be angry if we're being grateful and being thankful for things. All right, does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up or a share if that does. That's the thing today. How do we start the transformation? 600,000 skin particles are shed every hour. So how can we increase that rate of transformation? Because we're transforming, right? If we're not replacing those skin particles, then we'd fall apart, wouldn't we? It'd be like Lawnmower Man. Do you remember that film? We'd be like Lawnmower Man. We'd just disintegrate into thin air, into a pile of dust, and get hoovered up by the next round with the hoover, or blown away by the hairdryer or the wind. So if we're not replacing them, then we're dying. So we are replacing them at a rate of 600,000 per hour. And what are we replacing them with? We get to choose. Is a thought that you have injected into every one of those skin particles. We could go there. That would be deep. I think we're going to build towards that. So what you become next week, next month, next year, the next 2 years, the next 5 years is down to you. And how do you make that choice? Well, in the moment, you're stacking solutions. Positive thoughts, positive food choices, positive movements, positive supplements, positive nutrition, all that stuff. So what are they? I'm sharing those every day, and we're stacking these solutions. You can pick up a little gem every day from me. I'll try and share an insight every single day. I won't even try. I'm going to share an insight every single day, like I have 99 times so far. So this is day 99. Tomorrow is the big 100. I hope you'll be there, and I hope you join me for it. It'll be at 6 p.m. All right, so do me one last favor. Just pop a summary of what was the main point you got from this video. So just do a quick summary in the comment box for me. Just do a quick summary of the main thing that stood out for you. Could be anything. You can't be wrong. It's right. It's what you got. So just pop that in the box for me, in the comment box. I would really appreciate it. Also, press the share button. I dare you. Press the share button. All right, so have an amazing rest of the day. Oh, just want to finish on the 22nd of April. There is going to be an event in London. If you're interested to come along, we'll be delivering some solid gold solutions around inflammation, and one of the key ways, the most simple ways that you can deal with this. So what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't walk around and say, oh, I feel inflamed. You know, that's not what happens. Do you have joint pain? Do you have stomach upsets? Do you have a loss of appetite? Do you have arthritis? Do you know someone or anyone in your family, friends, or who you've ever met who occasionally suffer with these issues? Well, we'll give you a few solutions around that are so simple and so cost effective that it's just a no-brainer to not do them. You'd be silly not to do them. Are there things we can do? Are there solutions that we can stack that are simple that you can do and you can share with others? Also, we'll show you how to share this with others. So simple, it's beautiful. I love it. Love being able to have an impact, a positive impact on people's lives, and maybe you do too. Maybe you do too. So if you want to join us for that, it's going to be only a couple of hours on the 22nd of April, coming up later this month, and it'll be a London location, 22nd of April. If you're interested, type interested in the box. Do that right now. Type interested, and I'll keep you informed. There'll be an Eventbrite ticket going up for that. You need to register for it because we're expecting it to sell out very fast. So don't miss out. Don't miss out. Come and join us, and let's get this handled. Let's stack another solution for you and have you feeling better, more energized, more vital, and all that good stuff. All right, have an amazing rest of the day. We're a little bit earlier today because it's a beautiful day, so we're going to get out and about. Have an amazing day. Rose, you're welcome. Thank you very much for sharing and joining every day. I appreciate that. Emma, thank you for sharing. Who else? Mayrose, if you're still there. Appreciate that. And Val. Cool. And Kelly, if you're still there. Anyway, have an amazing rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. And remember, happy is a skill that you can learn. And this is a better way to bring out your personal best. Let's go get some health wealth. Let's take the world with us. Take care, guys.